Hi, welcome. My name is Idris Kamoga, and I'm glad to be here with you in the new week. We're almost wrapping down. September is gone, and I want to wish everyone a happy new month. That is October. And I'm here, well, to take you through our tourism business tip. We want to see you grow. We want to inspire you. We want to see that you're taking a step. I've already said speed doesn't matter at this moment. Our big focus must be, are we moving? So ask yourself, are you moving? Regardless, that you must move in the right direction. So today we want to share with you areas of investment as a tour operator startup where you can invest largely, right? We're looking at assisting you create a very good foundation in attracting customers, right? And this is why we are bringing these five uh, business tips of investment, areas of investment, especially to enable you yield very significant um, returns as a startup, right? Even for companies that have existed for a number of years, you may borrow some of these ideas. So we are going to dive in to give you these tips. So better pay attention and remember, it's all about success. We're looking at how successfully can we champion tourism entrepreneurship, right? So I'm happy to have you once again, and let us dive in. So, number one point here is you must invest heavily in your online presence, right? And when we talk about online presence, here we look at you must have a very functional website because this is part of your online strategy. So, you cannot be a tour operator, you cannot be in tourism as a business and you don't have an online it must have you must have a very strong online presence, and part of it would probably come with a very functional website. And a very functional website means the website has to be user friendly. You don't have to have something very complex. Mm? And user friendly means everything must work on your website. Very good rich content, and this content must blend your audience, right? So that taken into consideration, you must optimize your website. It's what we call search engine optimization. In other words, you must be visible in the search results. We are trying to grow our online presence there. So you must also look at social media, right? So your social media must be activated. I know majority of you have got so many accounts of social media, but look, you have no content on this social media. So you rather have a few, but you must be able to feed these accounts, right? So I hope you've learned something about point one in regard to where you must invest heavily. Not only for startup, as a tour operator, you must invest so high in online presence. And those are the underlying concepts that we've looked at. Secondly, into marketing, right? We've talked about sales representative. Well, for a startup, it could be an expensive line for you to have a sales representative. But if you feel you have some budgets with you, Why not go in for that? Have a sales representative in Europe, Southern America, across Africa. They will do for you a very good job, right? So you can look at a trade show participation. It's a big thing as well, but it comes with a very big um, returns if you can do that. Social media influencers, right? Because we're looking at how do we get new market, right? So these are areas that you must invest in before you actually spend much money on something else. These are the cores that you must look at. When we look at markets, and we can't forget Google advertisement, right? I think majority of you have done some ads with Google. So finding new market, and you can pay Google, and then probably your online presence is improved, and then in the end you are able to crack down uh, that strategy. Our third point here is product development. I think we've talked so much about product development, unique journeys, right? Creating something unique, something off the beaten path, something that is not done by many. We've talked about the food and wine, we've talked about wellness, we've talked about culture. Some of these things are completely unique. So if you can put something together, you'll probably you'll end up attracting a bigger market for, and it is available, right? So product development is something that you can invest in. Look out for very inspiring itineraries for your agency. We look at also team building and staff training. Staff training can also include professionalizing your local driver guides. That's very important. Remember, these guides spend too much time, you see. But I've seen majority of the driver guides, even in the field, they are never in proper uniforms. Their shoes don't represent their job. So if you can invest loudly and much into building a good team, right? Professionalizing your guides, training your staff, right? Trust me, in the end, significant returns will be achieved, right? So that is our point three. Our point four, in areas that we must invest in heavily, right? Let's look at technology. There is a lot of technology advancements that is actually, and we must apply it. For example, we've got itinerary builders. I wonder, up to this stage, someone is doing an itinerary the traditional way. You go in your Microsoft Word, it's a waste of time. So try to invest in these softwares, the costing softwares. They are there. As you're drafting your itinerary, something is doing some automated calculations, right? It's a matter of, it works with the database, and then but you must invest in that. Operational softwares, something to tell you, you know, you have a departure tomorrow, you have this, at least things must be automated in your office, right? You can look at vehicle tracking for those that have got vehicles. We've got so much about, knowing where your vehicle is it back from safari, all that. So ideally you must focus so much on technology, because the trend every day, something new comes up, right? So if you stay behind, trust me, you may not be able to catch up with the trends in travel. And lastly, where we need to invest in heavily is our workplace. call it your office, right? And you can see we are bringing it last, right? It is something that is very important as well. So here we can look at having a professional look of, so you look around and say, this is my office. Do you like it? Does it represent you as one of, you know, the strong, or probably those that are growing tour operators in the region? The working equipments, right? The computers. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. Your computers are too old. Something that has, I'm not saying you don't have to keep something that you treasure, but they literally fail your work. So try to get very sophisticated computers to assist you in doing uh, good work for you. Internet, right? We need strong internet at your workplace. You see, so you must invest heavily in good internet, fast internet, and lastly, Decor. Your office must look super nice, right? I know customers for you may say, but I hardly have visitors or customers walking into my office. But you need to have a very beautiful office. And probably for those few that would come in at any one time, no matter when, they'll appreciate, right? So your decor must actually be very, very key here. So those are some of the key 5 areas that we felt that we should come and present to you today to assist you in doing the right investment in as far as tour operation startup, right? So you can start small by creating a small investment plan that will give you a very strong foundation, right, for your operations. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much for keeping it here with us. I hope you've learned something today. I want to wish you a very happy new month. October is just a few days from now. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? And we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, and we're on Twitter. I thank you, and bye bye.